Hey everyone, welcome to Why You Still Here, the show where we usually talk about whatever we want, but today I am talking about the unfortunate passing of Kevin Conroy, right? And you're probably thinking two things. One, where's Lucas? Well, Lucas isn't here for this one mostly just because he's a fan of Batman, but he's not that kind of fan of Batman. He didn't have the same sort of experience as I did growing up, only hearing the voice of Kevin Conroy as Batman. Though apparently he watched the Justice League show, which had Kevin Conroy in it. So he does have some connection, but not the same connection. And number two, you're probably thinking, why are you doing this video now, this late? Well, I figured better late than never when it comes to this. I wanted to at least get it out eventually. Unfortunately, I couldn't get it out quicker because other projects were getting in the way, and it was a nightmare, especially around, you know, all of October, around Halloween. So, yeah, but now that's mostly over and I can finally talk about this. And I did a short, but it I don't know if it really got out there in the same way that some of our videos do. Though some people disliked it, which was strange to me, but whatever. I'd like to start this off by saying the same thing I did in the short, which is I'm not trying to, step on anybody's toes. I'm not trying to take anybody's grief away from them. I know that I was not a personal friend or acquaintance or whatever of Kevin Conroy. So my, grief comes purely from being a fan, right? But fans can grieve too. And I'm not trying to take anything away from his close friends or family or his husband or, whatever. So just wanted to throw that out there first, just in case anybody took this maybe the wrong way or something. But I I am a fan of Batman because of Kevin Conroy. My fandom started in 1993. I was 2 years old, and that was when I first laid eyes on Batman the Animated Series. And as time went on from there, it evolved. It went from the animated series, which was there for years, then the New Adventures of Batman, and then Justice League, like I mentioned before. That was all just there as, it was just constantly there. It was a constant. That's a better word to use. It was a constant through my entire childhood. And then it spread out into some of the movies. Batman Forever was a huge catalyst in my fandom. And eventually I started reading the comic books and graphic novels and all of that. And, fast forward, almost 30 years, and we have me now, who I am, this unfortunate being that sits before you, who is just, honestly, I'm the biggest DC fan, and Batman is my favorite superhero first and foremost, and that all stems back to Kevin Conroy. His contribution to the animated series was iconic. He is the quintessential Batman at the end of the day. That's not to say that I don't like other Batmans. Is that correct? Batman. In fact, I like all of them in their own way. George Clooney, not so
Hello,
much, but
darkness,
everybody
my old
else, I like them in their own way.
friend.
My favorite live action version would be Ben Affleck, but animated, it's definitely Kevin Conroy. And technically, he played Kingdom Come Batman in the Crisis on Infinite Earths kind of crossover thing on the CW. He was in that, and that was great to see. And I'm happy that he was able to do that before he passed away. But yeah, he's just awesome. And I've had the privilege of meeting him before in 2014 in Chicago, and he could not be nicer. Truly, he was a sweetheart of a guy, and he's going to be greatly missed. Greatly. I mean, the man is the voice of Batman, and it's hard to really get that across to somebody that doesn't understand, but it's like you're reading the graphic novels, you're reading the comic books. Who's the voice you hear in your head? For me, it's Kevin Conroy. And that just became more so as time went on. I mean, it wasn't just the animated series, it was all the movies that stemmed from the animated series, the animated feature films, and then into more recent years, we've had, like The Killing Joke, which was an abomination, but it was still wonderful to have Kevin Conroy and Mark Hamill back. And then we've been blessed with his voice in three different Arkham games, right? So that was amazing to have as well. And in a video game, you kind of have it where you're like you get to know them even more intimately. So there's just no two ways about it. Kevin Conroy has been my Batman since I was 2 years old, and I am now 31. So, do the math, 29 years he's been my Batman. And he will be greatly missed. I mean, he leaves such a big hole in not only in just DC fandom, but he leaves a huge hole in the voice acting community. Like, who's going to replace him? I know that there have been people who have done the voice of Batman, some almost as much as him. So that's probably who will fill that space, but it's just not the same. It's really not. Which if you're watching this video, I don't have to tell you, but yeah, it's I felt it needed to be said. And honestly, in the words of Chris Stuckman, I also said this in my short, but thank you, Kevin Conroy. Thank you for everything that you have contributed to the Batman mythos and fandom and everything. And just thank you for everything. That's it. But I'll see you guys in the next video, and comment below. Let me know, what is your favorite work from Kevin Conroy? What's your favorite animated series episode, or what's your favorite Arkham game? Let me know. All right. Bye, everybody.
I am vengeance.
I am the knight.
I